Hi everybody, it's Lori Wetzel here with the next installment of Tech Tip Tuesdays. And this week I'm going to share with you an app that was created by TechSmith, which is the same company that created Camtasia and Snagit and ScreenChomp for that matter. And it is called Ask3. And you see it down here in the bottom right hand corner. And Ask3 is a free app for both teachers and students. And as you can probably guess, the name of the app came from a phrase that as teachers we probably use pretty often, ask three, then me. It really is meant to encourage students to collaborate with one another and take ownership of their learning. And it is an app only available on the iPad. It does not work on a computer at this point in time. I'm going to go ahead and tap on Ask3. And right now, I am logged in. I created my account, just like you create your account with so many other tools. And when you create accounts, you are given a class code that you see up here at the top. Students create their accounts using this class code. They are not required to put in any sort of email address. They put in their name. You could require first and last. They put in their password, which they create. So of course we would want to encourage them to potentially use the same password they use for a lot of things. And then they put in that class code. And when they do that, they show up as students in your class. For those of you that are at the secondary level at this point in time, and it is a relatively new app, you are limited to one class. You can't create multiple hours or sections. So please be aware of that if you decide to move forward in using this app. The idea of Ask3 is that anyone with this app and the iPad are able to create a video. The videos can include your voice, drawings, photos, background images, and these videos are only viewable by those students that are in your class. The videos, once they're created, are delivered directly to your bulletin board. And you can create the videos, but so can your students. And then you and the students can comment on the videos with a text feature, and you can also comment on a video by using additional videos. So it's kind of a neat way to provide feedback to students. And rather than me showing you how to use this as a teacher, I kind of came up with a scenario that I thought would be realistic for your classroom. If you notice on this page right now, you can have students put their photo in there. I avoid photos if at all possible, so I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to log out, and I'm instead going to log in as a student. And Isabella is already a student in my class, and my class code 22521. So she has already signed into my class. I'm going to go back to the main menu, and it's pretty simple. You have Create, Bulletin Board, and Class. So she can see who the teacher is, and she can see what students are in her class, and that's about all she has control of. I'm going to go ahead and click on Create, and if you've used ScreenChomp or any other screencasting tool, these tools are going to look really familiar. You have your drawing tool right here, you have your arrow tool, a line tool, a circle tool, and a quadrilateral tool, and this is going to allow you to choose different colors for your ink. Over here on the left-hand side, there is your option to put in a background or a photo. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to choose from the library, and I'm going to pretend that I am a student, and I'm at home, and I'm having a hard time with some of my homework assignments. Notice that I can move and resize, and all I did was take a picture of my math book as a student because I'm having trouble doing these particular problems. I'm going to change my color back to blue. I'm going to tap on the record button. Hi everybody, this is Isabella, and I'm having a really hard time with these problems on tonight's homework. I know there's some rules about Sometimes you add the exponents, sometimes you subtract the exponents, sometimes you multiply the exponents. So if I look at number 17 here, x to the 5th times x to the 7th, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to subtract them. But I don't have my notes with me and I don't remember the rule. So is this x to the 12th? Am I supposed to add the exponents? Or is this x to the 35th? Am I supposed to multiply the exponents? If anyone could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. I tap on stop, and this allows me to watch what I created, and from there, I name it. I'm going to call it with my name, and I'm going to call it help. And this button right here is an upload button. And I'm going to give it a moment to upload. And log out as Isabella. Oh, I'm going to wait because we have unsent data, so I'm going to cancel. Give it a moment for the video clip to upload. There is no limit on the number of videos that can be created between you and your students. There is no limit as to the length of those videos, but of course you want to keep videos short if at all possible. Let's try it now. It is done. I'm going to go ahead and log out. I'm going to now log in as me. And as a teacher or as a student, when I log in, any video that is created goes into the classroom bulletin board, and only students within the class have access to this video. So if a student or you as a teacher goes in, you hit play and you can see and watch Isabella's video. From here, I'm going to go ahead and watch more of this video, and as the teacher, I want to provide her some feedback. And really, as a teacher, I don't want her to remember the rules. I want her to understand exactly how to solve this problem, because obviously just following the rules isn't working for her. So as a teacher, what I'm going to do, I moved it to my spot in the playlist where I'm ready to provide feedback right here in the timeline. And if I wanted to, I could tap right here and provide written feedback. I'm not going to do that. Instead of providing written feedback, I'm going to tap on this and provide her with some video feedback. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the record button. Hi Isabella, this is Mrs. Wetzel, and for anyone else who needed help with this problem, remember, don't focus on the rules. What you want to focus on is the math behind the rules. So x to the 5th times x to the 7th, remember what this means. X to the 5th means x times x times x 5 times. And remember that x to the 7th is the same thing, but we have x being multiplied by 7 times. Then you take a look at this, and there's a hidden multiplication symbol between these two sets of parentheses. How many x's do we have here? We have 5 here, we have 7 here, so the answer is x to the 12th. It is not x to the 35th. So if you were trying to follow the rule is that you add the exponents. But don't worry about following the rule. You want to remember what exponents mean and use this to help you solve this problem. I go ahead and tap on the check mark because that tells me I'm telling the app that I'm done recording, and I'll call this feedback for Isabella and upload it. And notice now on the timeline, when Isabella goes to view her video, she will now see this little area in the timeline. And I'll show you in just a moment. As soon as she goes in to view it, I'll go ahead back to my bulletin board and back and log out, and it looks like it uploaded just fine. I'm going to go back in as Isabella, and if she now goes to the bulletin board, she can see her video there. But now she can kind of go forward on the timeline, and she can click on this and watch my video explaining the solution. And as you can tell, it goes through the entire solution. Now, Isabella and I aren't the only ones who can see this. If I, for instance, log out from Isabella and decide to go in as Anthony, who also is in the class, and he goes into the bulletin board, he can view this, he can view my comments, and when he goes into mine, he can go in and type his comment. So now you know that you've not only helped Isabella, you've now helped Anthony understood, and if by some chance you weren't able to respond, there's a good chance another student could go in and respond and help that student. Hopefully this gives you a really good overview of what Ask3 can do. Please feel free to ask me if you have any questions. You know where to find me. Have a great day.